day, fellow YouTubians! This is funnyeehn back with another episode of Gamer Report, your weekly lowdown for I meant to say gaming news. Alright, so I bet a lot of you are still playing Battlefield 3, whether on console or PC. And you might remember that the storyline for BF3 was, not too captivating. But you know which games did have a fun story? The Battlefield Bad Company games. Besides the fact that they had a cool story, the Bad Company games also had a good multiplayer and a good single player. I think my favorite character from the Bad Company series would have to be Private Haggard, which I think the best way to describe him would be a Midwestern pyro lumberjack. Phew, let's blow it up! Anyway, the exciting news is that according to Deadline, Fox is planning to take the Bad Company series and turn it into a 1-hour action comedy. Does that mean that I can just blow things up and eat a lot of food? I admit, I don't usually watch a lot of TV shows, but if this one was to work out, loyal viewer, right here. Now, according to GameSpot, the show will follow the game's 4 main soldiers, typo, as they leave military life and transition into the private sector. Trouble, of course, presents itself, and the soldiers must escape the clutches of a shadowy government. Hey Mom, I'm gonna be on TV! So the name Marcus Notch Peterson is pretty much a gaming household name at this point. Being the creator of Minecraft, Notch is revered as one of the great gaming contributors of the time. Games? Did I ever tell you about Exploderation? No. It's pretty much the board game of Operation, with C4. Anyway, some very early footage of Notch's next game has been released. The footage is from 0x10C and shows a person jumping around a ship in space, interacting with computers, and shooting lights or lasers or something. I remember this one time when I was doing laser tag with my cousin, and I took my gun and I modified it so I used real lasers. Best haircut I've ever done. Now, we can't really tell a lot from the footage, but at least we can get a very basic idea of what we can expect. What do you guys think about Notch's next game? Please comment below. Speaking of more leaked information, apparently some images of Valve's new IP, Stars of Barathrum, have gotten out. Now, remember YouTubians, as with any rumor, it's just a rumor. Actually, Wes, it was rumored that if you drank moonshine during a wrestling match, you become super strong. You know, it was just a rumor, but you know what? Turns out it's true. Actually, with all that moonshine, I don't really remember that day too well. I think it's true. Anyway, according to the source from the site FacePunch, the game will allow players to control large cruisers and capital ships, and it's supposedly a very ambitious project. The game is also supposedly open world and will let you choose your own storyline. What do you guys think about it? Now, this game sounds very Eve-like to me, and for those of you that aren't familiar with the game Eve, it's a MMO that has pretty much the same description as I just mentioned. But as for now, it's just speculation. Okay, so a good amount of gaming commentators are up in arms about the whole Microsoft game content usage rules. So here's the reason why gaming commentators are unhappy. The biggest thing is that you are only allowed to use Microsoft game footage if it's for non-commercial or personal use. Meaning, a lot of gaming commentators won't be able to use, say, Halo 4 footage. Don't worry, I got the perfect solution. Blow up Microsoft. Haggard, you just, forget it. But it gets even more complicated, because if you plan to use Microsoft game footage for either the non-commercial or personal use, then you'll have to mention it in the video description about the game content. And if you plan to add to a Microsoft story, then you will have to mention that in the video itself for at least 5 seconds at the beginning of the video and 5 seconds after the video or at the end of the video. So here's part of the statement that is in the content usage rules. Name of the Microsoft game, Microsoft Corporation, the title of your item, was created under Microsoft's game content usage rules using assets from yada yada yada. So that's what you have to do from now on. Wow, so I might as well not record my Exploderation game footage, is what you're saying. Well, Exploderation isn't really Microsoft, so I guess you could record that. Alright, for all of you Halloween fanatics, the ghostly holiday is right around the corner. Wes, I don't see it. Halloween, is it a blonde, brunette? I'm looking around the corner, I don't see her. And for you gamers out there, you want a cool video game costume, right? Well, if you're a Richie Rich, then here's a cool/expensive costume that I wouldn't mind having for this Halloween. Feast your eyes on this beautiful foam N7 replica armor. For a small fortune of $1,250, this can be yours. Or if you are a respectable female Spectre, then it will cost you another $100, due to your curvy nature. So each armor set comes with a M8 rifle, and your choice of either blue or red LED lights on the armor itself. And, just in case you were wondering, the reason for the steep price is due to the fact that each piece is handmade. My mom always said I was curvy. I thought that was a manly thing. But to find out more info, please visit the creator's website, bioweapons.com. He does Skyrim stuff too. Alright everyone, well that wraps up this week's Gamer Report. Once again, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button, comment, and subscribe. And until next week, this is funnyeehn, signing out. I think my mom was calling me curvy because of my beer gut. It makes me sad. You know what? It's time for some exploderation. Time to blow things up. Boom!